Hello, everybody, and welcome to the epic goodbye retrospective video.
Mardi Gras!
Too late.
Goodbye to
Quiet.
Mardi Gras.
Yep, we're sending the joke away for 2 years, and then it'll be back. No.
Wow, that's not a nice way to
Wow.
talk about envy.
Yeah, geez, Meso, call me
Yeah.
a joke.
Wow, Meso.
Yes. This is
Envy is not a joke.
you just make
Okay?
Yeah, envy
No.
is serious business.
Yes.
No,
Envy
I'm
is
completely
serious.
Meso.
He's a human being. He is not a joke. You need to reevaluate your
So
priorities,
serious
Messinak.
that Keeney actually showed up this time.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
thanks,
insane.
Kenny.
This is our farewell tribute to our very own Tenebrae Invictus, aka Envy, aka Mange. And this is going to be overlaid over a
You
nice,
only call him Mange.
not technically.
Yeah, you're
Me
literally
and, me
the
and
only
Var
person alive.
call him Mange and Viper for some reason.
Viper does because you kept calling
Viper
me
doesn't count. Viper only calls him that because you call him that.
that. Yep, pretty much.
Lols. Well,
You see what you've done to the youth, Meso?
yes I do.
The kids are bad. They're calling me mange.
But no,
Meso, you're influencing the youth
Calling
of
him.
This
other
is-
countries.
this is just gonna be talking about his history here in Pandemic and kind of walking down memory lane, overlaid over a game of Dota 2, because why not? So, without further
'Cause
ado,
it's stupid and irrelevant.
Fantastic.
without further ado, let's begin. So, Mange, you're gonna be going away soon. There are gonna be several videos, kind of chronicling your farewell. You're gonna be in a lot of videos leading up to your departure. At the time of this recording, you're leaving in 3 days. What
Yep.
are your? I guess a good way to begin is like, how have you felt about the time that you have spent here and all of the laughs and events that you have been witness to?
It's been pretty nice being here. I mean, you guys are probably some of the greatest friends I've had. It's been pretty hilarious making jokes and all that, especially with you, Meso, because I always introduce you to some dumb joke, then we keep repeating it. And then Meso, you always come up with your dumb phrases, and sometimes I copy them, or sometimes someone else does, or and we get irritated at it. And
That is
LJ, it's pretty funny. Hold on.
that is indeed the legacy.
The legacy.
And for LJ, I'm sorry I insult you so much, but at the same time, you don't take that much offense to it, but it's pretty funny.
It's okay, Envy. It's okay, Envy. Just keep
Come on, you weren't really sorry, were you? Really? Come on.
We've had a lot of.
I
We've had
don't
a
know.
lot
It's
of
kind of
good
like half
times.
sorry. It's like it's really funny that we insulted him, but at the same time, it went overboard sometimes.
You're the first person to ever apologize for something that
That's for
LJ's
sure.
done to himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's been
So-
a crazy ride.
Yeah, so it's been really nice watching the channel go from 0 all the way to
Hero.
it's like 9,200 right now.
It's gone from 0 to hero in 4 years.
Yes. It's been it's kind of funny because I was there like on the second video that was on the channel, but then I wasn't like an actual member of the podcast at the time.
Yep. You were what was the reason you like delayed so long in joining the podcast? Could you not record on our recording days, wasn't it? Because we recorded on Sundays.
That was one of them, yeah.
Okay. What was
And I just kept saying no. I wasn't really interested in the idea of a podcast for a while.
yeah. It was
Yeah, it's a pretty boring idea.
Yeah, it is pretty boring. No, I'm just
the
kidding.
whole concept was pretty bootleg. Just recruiting people out of nowhere. I know we've told the story many times before, but half the cast, we just kind of pulled them from a chat room. It was incredibly bootleg. So it was never that
And-
professional of an undertaking.
And to some extent, so was I, but, you know.
We were all a little bootleg
Kinda
on the inside.
You know,
But, yeah,
Envy,
this channel
if you had
is...
to name like.
What?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was going to say, this channel is more than just that podcast now, and it's been real neat. Contributing to that, though, I think besides Keeney, I've contributed the least or so. I
Ouch.
mean, like compared to Var and Kahi, I've done next to nothing this whole year.
Yeah, but everybody's done next to nothing compared to Var and Kahi. So.
Yeah.
It's true, but at the same time, everybody else still gets a lot of attention besides me and you, Keaty.
Keeney.
Well, yeah.
Keeney, you should write a book, How to
What a
Cope
kindred.
with No Attention.
No,
That,
no.
That feel when no attention.
Hold on. My book wouldn't be called How to Cope When Not Getting Attention. It would be How to Cope with Working with, 7 complete
Implying you work.
dicks every day.
Implying you work.
Exactly. And the entire book, the book would be 1 page. It would be don't do work, run and hide.
Well, time for my vacation.
Yeah, time for my 3-month vacation.
Yep. LJ, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna ask Envy if you had to pick 3 moments you would just rank above all the other times that we've had. What would they be?
Jeez, there's too many of them. Okay, just for the sake of the joke, I'll rank Venom and the Dream of the Shark being up there.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
Oh god.
Do relay this story for our audience.
Wait, what is that?
Do relay this story for the sake of our audience.
Oh, okay. So Venom and the Dream of the Shark. There was one time it was really late at night in call, and Venom decides he's gonna pretend to sleep, and he starts sleeping, and obviously it's fake, but then he just keeps going with it, and then he starts doing all like the sleep talk and stuff, and he goes on about how there's LJ, and then all of a sudden there's this shark, and he starts screaming, "No, LJ, no!" And we just started laughing about it so hard, LJ and I, while Ben kept going on about how the shark was chasing LJ and there was more to it, but that's like the most important part about it.
Wow.
Yep.
The shark.
It was a real dream. True story.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
You wouldn't know. You
I
weren't
would.
dreaming it.
You don't know what he's been through.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'd also rank being fired from Biocraft
Oh,
pretty highly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
you were
We
fine.
don't talk about Biocraft right now.
I
Pick
was-
another one.
I was released as a voice actor, yeah, but no, I was still like one of the puppet guys. That's fine with me. Wasn't never really my project, anyways.
Strings behind the scenes.
Yep, pulling the strings. I don't know. There's too many things that happened where I could say that one moment was definitely better than the rest because it's all been pretty fun. It all looks pretty good.
I can name two specifically that I always fondly remember. One was being like, we were talking with a former member of the group, and said former member fell asleep on mic, which is a reoccurring
Oh,
theme
gosh.
around here. And said member was using like this, like, it's like a
PSP.
DS.
It was a PSP.
Or what? Okay, it was a PSP in order to talk to us. They fell asleep on mic, and so Envy and I were acting as though we were trapped in the PSP, and we heard it fall to the ground. And so we're just saying, "We're on the ground!
Yeah, we're stuck on the ground.
Someone pick us up!" And the other one, when we were on a Minecraft server called Rainbow,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I believe
man.
it's Rainbow. Envy we set up our huge base, and above the base was this little chunk of grass and dirt. And on this chunk of grass and dirt, Envy not only built like this complex, but he had found like the sky cow.
Yes, yeah. I set up my house in the sky, and then I built another like piece of land next to it, just floating there. And then one day a cow spawned on that floating piece of ground that I built next to my house. It was
What was it called? That
was kinda random.
The Mange Observatory? Or the Invictus
the
Observatory?
no, that was the giant glass cage under my floating piece of dirt. No, it was called the main. It was called the Envy Hub. Or
Yes,
something
the-
like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember on one of them on Brutecraft, way back when, but the original. My memory's always unclear as to whether that was how the name Pandemic was made. People tell me no.
No,
but I
that wasn't
swear it
why. Oh, it wasn't why.
Well,
We had a whole naming session about that.
okay.
Yeah.
Not Pandemic Panda, but like the initial Pandemic.
Oh, the faction, yes.
Yeah,
That
and
was where we.
it was just me, you, and Var, and we had guerrilla warfare tactics because we were fighting against LJ's faction on the server.
Guerrilla warfare,
Yes,
like King Kong.
yeah, we were hiding underground and like pulling sneak
King
attacks.
Kong doesn't hide underground.
Oh gosh.
Those
There
were
was
the
that one
times.
night we were like, we were constantly bombing their walls, like the other base or factions' walls and stuff, and we like broke into their library and set it on fire. And also, LJ and I spent all till like 4 a.m. sending baiting creepers to blow up their diamond vault.
I remember that. And then I had to go to sleep, even though I probably could have stayed up.
Yeah, no, we finally broke into the vault after breaking enough. Let's see, there was dirt blocks, but you couldn't break the dirt blocks unless you were in their faction, so we were baiting creepers to blow it up for us. We got in the vault, and then LJ's like, "Oh, I have to go to sleep," and then it was
all
the mission was over because
yeah, LJ
we couldn't even get into anything.
LJ defected and joined our side to help loot the place. It was all for naught.
I crushed a lot of people that day, like mentally.
I remember it was very very enjoyable.
I
A lot of our fun times have come from like either Minecraft servers or Halo custom edition lobbies, like non-group related but games.
Fast snapped.
Fast snap.
The
No.
one server
Oh,
we
yeah.
always played
No,
on.
no, it was
Fast
fast.
Oh, yeah.
It was fast mixed. Yeah.
Or fast mixed. Oh, fast snapped
Yep.
was the map.
Cold,
No,
yeah.
Cold Snap
Or
was the
cold
map.
snap.
Yeah.
There was
Oh,
a fast
yeah,
server.
Cold Snap.
Cold snap, bone snap. I don't care.
All the snap.
Yeah, that's
Finger snap.
TTV Gym was quite big as well. Most fans have no clue what that is for good reason, but
For a very good reason. You know, I don't even know what that was anymore.
in
I
short,
remember when
it was TTV the Halo Machinima, TTV THM.
I remember when Envy helped me work on that Halo Reach PSA where I played as Bone Snap and we like tried to go over vehicles but we ended up killing each other. And then I took over a Wraith and then Envy jumps off top of the Wraith and he starts punching it going, "Ah, Hulk smash! Hulk smash!"
It's funny because Venom did all the piloting for all of that. He played me, and then I was just like looking at his camera, like what he was recording with.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I had to play as you, so it wasn't even you.
I was just speaking my parts as you were controlling me. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that was the end of. I used to be able to imitate Bone Snap, but then it ended with that PSA.
Uh-uh.
I remember that.
Oh well. But no,
Folks,
Yep.
many laughs. We're at it. Oh yeah, and I remember we always used to make fun of Hero Factory in the TV shows. It's Rotor.
Lava Shider.
It's Rotor.
It's my first day on the job. All that.
It's Rotter.
Sorry, it's my first day on the job.
Indeed.
Even before that, when we were looking at prelims, Lava Shider.
Yep. The lava shaders.
Plasma Shider.
Oh yeah. No, it was lava shader.
No, it was both.
It was plasma. It was lava.
Yeah.
But no.
Okay. Good random memories.
Yeah. Back. Let's get some
Oh, yeah.
structure. So it's a very interesting time for you to make your departure, considering the state of things at the
Yeah,
moment.
Bionicle.
Say
I
that
mean,
again?
Bonkel.
It's a very interesting time, I was saying, for you to make your departure because of the time, everything that's going on right now. Bionicle's grand
Bonicle's
return.
return.
Yeah.
Yep. At least I was just in time to hear about it.
Yeah, when you're back, the landscape of things could drastically be changed for better or for worse. Nobody really knows. But now let's get some of your input. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's
Now that we fill our
go over.
quota.
Well, I mean, like, let's go over how I met everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good story. Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's do this.
Main
Oh yeah,
of
everybody,
every-
memory lane.
main just meeting of everyone ties into the group's formation very deeply because of a certain place. Some call it the Crusher of Dreams. Some call it where dreams are made. It's the
God.
BCPC. And
Wow.
you tell the story.
Okay, so got to start it off with way back because this ties back into it. So this was probably the spring of 2008, and I was 12 at the time, and I was really into Linkin Park. So I go on BZP, and I go look in the Linkin Park topic on BZP, and I start talking about how I like these old songs that they made, like the demos of these songs that they made. And somebody comes in and replies and asks me about one of the demos, asking me if it has this one verse in it. And the person who asked me that was Venom. And so I replied, yeah, it was. And that was just about it. Like, he just asked me, oh, yeah, does it have these lyrics? Because I really like them. And so that was our first interaction. That's how I sort of met Ven. I kind of saw LJ around the forums, and the only thing I could think of was, wow, Mangosteen, what a weird thing to be a Toa of. But I was actually aware what it was too, surprisingly enough.
Wow.
So that was the first interaction. Then later on in that year, I renamed myself to Mangekyo Itachi. Then at the start of 2009, there was a thing going on called the Vaki fad, and I joined that, and I became like a leader of one of the 6 Vaki. I was like in charge of the Rorzaka, I think.
Yep.
I had my blog on BZP all set up to be a Vaki hive,
Yeah.
and eventually we got like a whole bunch of attention and a whole bunch of controversy because a bunch of people hated that we were trying to be like moderators and stuff.
Jokingly, no less.
And the thing folded in on itself, and I decided I was going to take up being leader of the Vaki. And among the people that joined my Vaki that followed the first set of Vaki collapsing was Meso and Kini.
Hey!
And so like I didn't really
Wait, wrong
I didn't really
regime.
yeah.
What?
I didn't really meet you guys then, but that was just like my first interaction where recognized who you were.
Yeah. Because up till
And
that
I mean,
point,
there was
I had like just joined BZP in November of 2008. Kini wasn't around for too much longer, if I recall correctly, but he was. And Vaki,
Unit hashtag MSNK.
yeah, he was unit MSNK. The Vaki fad was like the first thing of any significance that I did, so it was interesting that it was filled with so much controversy, foreshadowing
Just
things
like
to come.
your online in life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Filled with controversy and never should have happened.
I don't know if I agree with that. Continue, man.
So the Vaki fad continued. We didn't get as much backlash because we didn't pull as much stupid stuff. There was a guy that tried to keep continuing it differently from how I wanted it, and then he got like a whole bunch of crap for it. Thankfully, it wasn't tied to me. And after the fad, I was still Mangekyo Itachi, but I was really into World of Warcraft at the time, and so I went on to VZP's World of Warcraft topic, and I found a guy named Sir Thomas, who was into World of Warcraft as well. I asked him about World of Warcraft, and we started talking on like MSN. And in February of 2009, he showed me this website, this other forum called the Toa's Hideout. And on the Toa's Hideout, there was a guy that posted a link on that forum to a place called BZPC, and he said it was like a chat room for BZP members. I was like, oh hey, this is pretty cool. I went on there, and I was this guest. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't read anything, and it was kind of weird because there were just these people sitting in the chat, and they make me a member, and they ask who I am, and I have no clue what's going on. So I was like, yeah, I'm me. This is my name on BZ Power and stuff. They're like all suspicious of who I am, and I leave after that because I wasn't sure what was going on. I come back, and they still ask who I am, and Venom Venom turns out to be there as well, and it turns out he's running the chat. I was like, oh yeah, I remember you. We talked about Linkin Park that one time, and and I found out because it was a private chat for friends that were all comic makers and stuff, and because I then remembered me from that one time, I got to stay in this private chat room.
Wow.
And so it started the age of BZPC.
Yep. It is. It's quite the tale. But we're not going to be divulging the entire history of that chat today. But
Yep.
it is deeply rooted in how he met everybody else. So continue on.
So yeah, this guy Sir Thomas indirectly showed me BZPC, and on BZPC, people that I knew showed up like Messinak and Keeney, and then also there was a guy that was also in the Vaki fad named that later on became really famous on BZPC. I'd say he's probably the most influential person on there from there. QQQ.
Wait, Q was part of the Vaki fad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing he
Yeah, he
did on the
was.
fad, he showed up to the fad, or when I started up the new one, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to resign to become a clone trooper or something like that."
Oh.
But yeah, he was part of that as Darth Cyberstrike, and then he came to the BZPC as well and turned into what we all know as the famous QQQ.
The
Well,
one and only Q.
yep.
But yep, BZPC, it started getting crazy. Everybody started showing up to this private chat room
Because
and
of me.
all the people that because of Meso.
Yeah.
So Meso had all these people show up, and even more people showed up, and at that time Meso recognized me from the fad, and he was constantly calling me Master, which is kind of funny.
I remember that.
Wow.
Master.
Master Mange.
Meso, do this for me. Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Oh my god. I remember that.
KK
That was
Master.
funny.
KK. It was pretty funny.
Master. Master Mange.
Yep.
Master
And-
Mange.
You eventually
On
became an
BZPC.
admin on that chat.
Yeah, first I became moderator in the summer, and then once it came to my birthday that year, I had finally changed my name from Mangekyo Itachi to Invictus, and I was finally made an admin, which was interesting. And in that time, that's when that's when I started really building a reputation on there for my law enforcement.
That chat was too crazy, man.
It was
Yeah.
very crazy.
Like ever since Meso ruined everything. Meso wasn't even invited to the chat
Yes,
by
I-
like any of the original founders. Like some idiot named Tridumps who somehow got onto the chat. I don't
Because of
I don't
another
know. I
comic
don't even know how he got on.
He got
the
on.
chat,
He
but
got on
anyway,
because
he
of
was there.
Icad.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Well-
how did Icad get into the chat?
He was a
I
comic
brought
maker,
Icad
wasn't he?
into the chat.
Yeah.
Ah,
That-
okay.
I brought Icad, and I guess Icad brought that idiot, and then the idiot brought Meso, and then Meso brought everybody else. Meso went on to invite people who would invite more people, and so on and so forth. It spread like a virus. Thank you, Meso, for ruining that chat forever. Anyway.
Anytime. Without it, we never would have met. Because if BZP
Well-
became like such a big thing, when like the forums went down, people started flocking there to like avoid the hacker attacks.
I kind of hate Tridumps now.
You know, then you got, if you look on the bright side though, as much as the things that happened got ridiculous, you ended up being the most popular BZP replacement that has ever existed.
Meh. Anyway.
Whatever.
When like it was hacked for the MIB, everybody flocked to the BZPC, including Vardaran and friends, and the rest, as they say, was history.
TTV history.
It's kind of funny. Like, as far as the timeline goes, who joined when? It's like Venom, and then I think I came before you guys.
You did.
'cause
Oh,
Venom
yeah,
knew
you
me
were
from the comics.
you were like a mod on there by the time I showed up.
Did not last long.
Yeah,
yeah.
that did not last long.
We're not gonna get into it. This is
Lasted
not
5
about me. We'll save that. We'll save that.
Once all the people showed up on the chat, you got dethroned.
Yeah, it
Let's
lasted.
this is not a video about me. Let's talk about that later. But back to you, Envy.
So yeah, BZPC run by Ven, moderated by LJ when I showed up. Eventually I rose to the top, met people like Barteran.
Placed LJ.
Yep. Met once again people like Keeney and Meso and everybody else. And eventually it got to the point that they invited me for IBZP once, and that was a disaster. I remember the episode never was finished, and I remember doing stuff like having to read the news for you guys.
Oh, wow.
I remember the only two people technically, but you know, we all know how Viper met us. It was through the casting call. The only other person who was not a part of the BZPC history where we all met each other was Kai. He missed out. Everybody else you met through BZPC. Or, you know,
Yep,
tangentially related BZP. Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. Go on.
So then the reason Sir Thomas was even important in mentioning earlier about showing me indirectly showing me BZPC is because he ended up on TTV before I did.
Yup. He was the Tom we mentioned in the 100th episode. So it all comes full circle.
Yep.
Oh.
So that means, Envy, you're the reason we had so many problems getting episodes out during that dark age.
How was it my fault? He joined before me.
if you know, I mean, I say this a lot, but when you think about it, all of our problems have stemmed from Meso.
This isn't about me. This isn't about me.
No, but like
back in the early days, he was like the guy to blame, and then LJ came along.
yeah,
Hey,
and now
I came
Envy's
before
leaving,
Meso.
and it's Meso's fault
Uh,
somehow.
sigh. I am crying.
Meso is the head of the Illuminati. He's sending Envy away to take away. I don't know anymore.
Take away the critical
Quiet.
analysis of Bionicle.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
But no, continue on.
So yeah, BZPC led into using Skype a lot more. And with Skype, I mean, like, I already knew you guys all really well, so I was, like, tagging along in all these conversations and stuff. Got to the point where, because Venom and I had been in your guys' Halo Machinima, we were pretty much honorary members of the podcast. So we got to sit in and listen to the podcast and all that stuff and talk with all the other cast members who are no longer a part of TTV.
Peace.
So I ended up being like semi-involved in all the drama that you guys have been through.
Yep.
You were more of a bystander, which is you should be
Yep.
thankful for now in that era because it was terrible. Some of the
But for
stuff.
like most of the people that have come and gone, I've known them
Yeah.
pretty much. Besides like the very first members that were on TTV, I've pretty much known everybody else.
Mm.
Just listening to a lot of episodes. Like in the episodes in the 20s, I always feel like I was like I had a speaking part in it, and then it turns out I wasn't in it. But then I remember it so well because I was like just in the call listening to it happen.
Yeah. I know that feel.
Do you? But you're on everything.
I didn't used
You're like
to be.
corn.
Wow, I'm like corn. Corn. We're busting out all the
Again.
obscure jokes today. Oh man.
I'm gonna pump your head full of lead.
Oh.
And you will be dead.
Dead. Okay. Enough shenanigans. So
Shenanigans.
at what time?
Shenanigans.
At what
Amazing
time?
reason.
At what time did you actually become a member of the podcast and like actually participate?
I want to say it was probably like, I don't know. I was still honorary for a while, but I was working with you guys on Biocraft and stuff without like really much of a difference between being a member or not. I'd say it was probably like the start of 2012. I actually started being on the show
Makes
as like But there was other projects like Biotalk because TTV at the time was still like impossible for me to show up to. That I was on like your weekday projects and stuff that we don't even have anymore.
Yeah. Well, joy. Here's a good one. This kind of fits chronologically in the whole time frame: the rise of TTV, the fall of BZPC, etc. Where were you when Bionicle ended?
I don't know. I was probably on BZPC. I mean, like the ending didn't really shake me or anything. I wasn't like, no, Bionicle's ended because I had already bought the stars for Christmas. It
Wow.
wasn't really that big a deal.
Okay then, where were you when Bionicle was confirmed to be coming back?
I don't know. I was probably sleeping or something, or on Skype.
Why are you doing this, Envy? We're trying
I don't
to
have
memorable
dramatic moments. You act like I was a hardcore fan of Bionicle.
You weren't? Is everything I know a
No.
lie?
I like Bionicle enough to stick around.
He was a
and talk about
hardcore
it
fan
sometimes.
of Linkin Park. That's how we met.
I mean, you should
Like I remember.
join a Linkin Park podcast.
Wow.
Oh,
I remember
great.
we would be doing like Biotalk episodes, and we would talk about the cereals and stuff, and I would only read them right before we were supposed to discuss them.
Comedy goal.
I'm gonna confess something right now. I've only read one serial.
Which one?
I don't remember.
Lucky Charms. Oh wait, wrong one.
I was gonna make a very similar joke, but nah.
Leave it to Mage to make all the jokes. I've only read like 2 serials. It's not that bad. Reign of Shadows.
I've read
Tale.
next to none of them.
Oh well.
I only cared about the main story.
Let's see. Where are we chronologically? We're like, okay, the rise of TTV.
We're-
Okay.
Yes. So
Rise and
TTV
fall of
rose,
TTV.
and all the scrub tier cast members fell, and then I got picked up since I was already around, and I was there for a lot of the earlier episodes. Like I have a list somewhere. I don't feel like pulling it up, but I was there for a lot of the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and 60s episodes.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were there for the 40s and the 50s. Those are some dicey times, right?
The 60s, man.
The sound.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the 60s.
The 60s and the 70s.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Ben.
You know what I love the most, though? It is definitely the 80s.
Yes,
I wanted
thanks,
to blend
Judy.
that sound with the sound of the future.
The synthesizer.
Welp.
So we started
Yeah,
with Flick.
Yes.
Yes.
So I started out
yes.
most of the time I was like I couldn't actually show up for TTV, so I'd get on and I'd like record the call for you, and I'd do like some of the editing and whatnot, and then pass it on to you. So for a while I was just the recorder and editor of TTV.
You were editor?
Yeah, well, yeah, I would edit it and then I would like put it in stereo and then send it off to you.
Okay.
So yeah, I edited a little bit, but not the entire thing most of the time. But I was like, I'd get home from church or something, and I'd just like get on the call and record your episode for you,
Wow.
because I wasn't allowed to start speaking or anything at that time.
Such dedication. What were your thoughts when we moved to YouTube? Like, were you in favor of it? Because I know that's a long-running debate who was in favor and who was against it here.
I don't know. Like, I don't really want to say I was on one side or the other. I thought I would probably imagine that I thought YouTube might have been like a good way of hosting it, but at the same time, it was like we didn't have an audience there. We had TTV, THM, and that like barely got any views. So I think YouTube had potential maybe, but I wasn't sure about how well it would go. But we didn't even have that much attention on BZP either, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah. We did not have much to lose. Okay. Well, continue on in that case.
Okay, so let's see. I was most of that time after that was playing like Minecraft and stuff with you guys.
Yeah, the
Aside from
Minecraft
all the World of
leeches.
Warcraft playing, I don't even want to go into the World of Warcraft stuff that was going on in that whole time.
Why not?
Other than you guys would constantly make fun of me for staying up all night playing World of Warcraft and all that.
I just
Yeah.
made fun of you because you were playing World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft sucks.
Oh.
Wasn't that bad.
Shots fired.
Yeah, but Envy, I played Warcraft 3, and World of
And
Warcraft
so did I.
sucked.
Yeah, there was a time Keeney and I tried to play Warcraft 3, and that went horribly because we couldn't connect to each other.
No, but then we tried again, and it did work. We did play a couple good matches.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong there, Keeney.
Wrong
No, no.
Wrong.
No, 'cause you know what it was? It was the first time around that we tried to do it. You're right. It was a complete disaster, and nothing worked, and I think we made it maybe 3 minutes before one of us dropped. And of course, since it's an old game, you don't get to like join back in a game in progress. It's like, no, you have to go through the whole process again. So we didn't try for probably 2 years after that. Something like it was some ridiculously long time before we tried again, and we did get a match in, because I do recall we were discussing what we should play, because we were like, should we play Dota just because it's old and hilarious? Or
we should
do
have
this
played
or
Defense
that?
of the Ancients then. That would have been interesting mark on history if we had.
That would have been.
Yeah. Anyways, so in that time, let's see, 2012, that was mostly like Minecraft playing. I'd already stopped playing World of Warcraft because I got so bored of it, and Minecraft was like way more interesting to play with you guys. Definitely times like where we were building the brick hotel and stuff like that.
Classic Minecraft.
Yeah, when I was first showed Minecraft, we were going and like making all these rooms in this underground area, and that was pretty much it. And then we finally found a server called like the Ones Build server, and it would always get reset, but every time it'd get reset, we'd always build a giant brick hotel to the top of the map.
Yes, the brick hotel. I remember that. Yeah, we should do that again. We should have the
Yeah,
one on
so-
air, the brick hotel, and the Big Panda.
Welcome to the Brick Hotel, Pandemic Panda.
That was a stretch.
Wow.
You know it.
It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much of a stretch.
So now, you know what? If I put the words together faster,
Well,
I could
you know,
just shortchange it to Hotel Pandemic Panda.
Yeah, I was about to say that would have been better. Would have had a better flow. Anyway, continue, man.
So we had a lot of Minecraft playing. That's probably most of what happened, other than maybe working on Biocraft.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, by the time I was about to get out of school, we had videos like LJ's recap reviews and Bionicle Autopsy and eBay all preceding when I made the analysis. And I made the analysis because I felt like I was being left behind in this. Like everybody was starting up their own videos and I had nothing. I first suggested to Meso that I make something to do with music because I was like, I was known for all the music listening that I did. And Meso was constantly calling me melodious mange. So I first presented this idea involved with music, and then he like shot it down right away.
Oh,
And then I remembered, yes, you shot it down like right off the bat. No music thing. It was pretty dumb idea in retrospect. Well, even after you shot it down, I realized it was pretty dumb.
melodious.
Anyways,
Dream
Anyways, I wanted my own series because everybody else was doing their own, and I felt like I wasn't contributing as much. So there was this hilarious YouTube channel that I had been showing Meso and stuff that my real life friends had showed me, and I decided I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to copy that guy's style and make videos about the old Bionicle games that way. And so I asked Meso about it, and he approved that one right away. And so I got to work with that. It was a pretty rough start because my microphone sucked, like it does now. But
It's come full
it
circle.
was worse than. Yeah, pretty much. So I started with the Invictus analysis. I wasn't really sure what to joke about then, but the more I did, the more used to it I got, and I bought a new microphone, and that a lot of my videos were a lot better at that time. that was pretty interesting, and so I don't know, the Invictus analysis. I like that it got got more and more attention as it got. Like the very first video got only like 300 something views in the first 2 days, and now it got like 1,500 in the first day or so. No, 1,500 would be in the first weekend, I think it was. So it's doing a lot better than it did at the start.
Long live Toa Builder.
Oh my gosh.
Why
To-
snowball sling?
I'm not very proud of any of the videos I made, but I appreciate that people find it funny.
Yeah. I wonder what the
I
highest
think-
viewed one is.
It's Toa Builder. It's like almost 7,000.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, every time I made an analysis, I was like, dang it, there was a funnier joke I could have made. Why didn't I think of it then? It's like every analysis that I make is a rough draft for something that could have been better, but then I don't feel like ever revising it.
It's
One
okay.
take is all I need.
I am quite a fan of a lot of them. Some of my favorites are Bionicle Attic Media, Colgate, Battle Zone, and especially Battle for Motunui. If I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be Battle for Motunui.
Yeah,
Oh,
Battle for
recipes.
Motunui was. I love the ending to Battle for Motunui.
Yeah, 0 out of
It's
10.
0 out of 10. Spinning Bow Rock Revelation 1 out of 10.
I just like rewatched it. Rewatched that end clip, comedy gold.
But with the analysis, moving to Thailand like really messed things up because I had to get a new computer because the one that I always made the analysis on broke. So all my settings got messed up and videos wouldn't record properly. You can see that in Monog 2. You can see that I had that really weird trippy video that was from bad settings while recording it. And geez, what was the one?
God.
Bionicle Battle Zone, the one that I had like the Hordika in it. That one got recorded pretty messed up, but I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, analysis. I made that because I didn't want to feel like I was doing nothing for the group.
Well, rest assured, your mark will be left in the channels of TTV history, and you plan on getting one more analysis out. It may be out by the time
Yep.
this video is up. Who knows?
Pretty much.
That will be grand. I swear, the Rust Bees. I was rewatching Battle for Motunui. Comedy gold.
Aw,
Well, what next? I know Keeney's gonna have to go soon.
well, we've pretty much
Yeah.
gone through history.
Yeah, here we are, present day.
Present day. Crying
Present
tears.
day. I
Crying
honestly
tears.
since I knew I was gonna be leaving this year, so I was like, I haven't contributed as much just because I felt like every day is gonna be like some final day for me. For a while, it felt that way before I knew when exactly I was gonna leave, and then after I found out when I was gonna leave, I was like, well, I'm gonna leave, so there's not much I could do.
Yeah, it's okay.
But the timing schedule really messed me up too with the introduction of Viper. The time schedule got changed to a time I can't really show up on, so that's why I haven't been really riding the same wave of popularity as everyone else because I'm never on for the show or the podcast.
It's okay. You have a very dedicated group of fans. The
Yes.
Mange fan club.
The people that understand my jokes. The three of 'em.
Analyzers.
What?
Keeney, any last words before you die?
Before I die,
Yes.
not really. Other than you'll be sorely missed, and even though I haven't been around very often, the times that I have been, I mean, frankly, over the last 8 months that I have been around, I've probably hung out with you more than with anyone else here. So,
Because a doter.
because of Doter.
Yeah, that was one
It's
thing we
gonna-
didn't touch upon, the Dota epidemic.
It's not an epidemic because it's not a disease.
Well,
That's your
Keeney's gonna
opinion.
miss out on this, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
unfortunately.
Dota, the history behind that was that VAR kept pushing for us to play something like League of Legends or Dota or just any MOBA like that. So then one day in October, I was like, "Oh, hey VAR, I finally downloaded Dota. Let's do this sometime." And then finally everybody followed up on that. We all started playing Dota, and everybody else they didn't want to sink in the same amount of time as much as I did into it.
Yep.
And I ended up being like the only one that plays it on an incredibly often basis.
Yeah. You're gonna be missed, bro. It's making me sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss me too.
You're gonna come back and you're not gonna be the envy I knew, and I'm not gonna know what to do, and it's gonna be really sad.
You know, Envy, what are some things that you kind of want to happen while you're away?
Well, first of all, before we get on that train of thought, Keeney, also, this is where you will be making your exit.
Unfortunately, yes, as I have no control over my net cutting off at this time, and I wish it didn't, but it does, so.
That's okay. Like,
It's
coming
nice.
on to say your goodbyes, even though technically this isn't our goodbyes. It's just
Yep.
the official.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was nice knowing you, Envy.
Yep.
And,
Siakony.
Siakony?
I swear to God, if you say that when you actually leave, I'm gonna burst out crying, and you know it. So don't do it, man.
It's so funny to say though, because it sounds like yakety sax. So then there was one time I finally
Yeah.
got you to understand it when I was like siakety
Yeah.
sax.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. See you, Keeney.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my leave. You guys enjoy your walk down memory lane, and
Oh, it's probably almost over anyway.
Yeah.
probably. I mean, memory lane's not that long, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, because we cut BZPC short.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
talk for hours about that alone.
Yeah. Well,
Goodbye.
enjoy, and it was nice knowing you, Envy.
It's nice knowing you
Adios.
and me. It was nice knowing me too.
Okay.
So ends Keeney.
So ends Keeney. He'll be back in another 3 months. Anyway, I'll continue with your question.
So, Envy, what are some things that you hope happen while you're away?
Well, since I'm going to be teaching people about my church, I hope that, I'm successful with that.
Yeah.
That's kind of, if you go there and you don't get anything done, then yeah, something is not going to be that good of a time spent there.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go into too much detail with that, otherwise people are going to get like offended that I'm even doing that in the first place. But
At least
yeah.
that's the reason, just so everybody knows. Even though I think you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping for the most. I don't know. I just hopefully maybe I get better speaking skills or something. Use that for if I get back and do the analysis or some other project.
Do you hope that we make it big while you're gone?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Luck.
I mean, like obviously the success is only going to continue, but how much is going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Because we've really accelerated being here since the very start of the channel, 0 to 9,200, and that we've gained like so many from the time that I even said that I was leaving. The last 4 months has been like a giant jump in subscribers. I remember in the summer when we thought we were already making it big. That's like nothing compared to what we have now. That's like a third. No, we have like triple the amount that we had when we thought we were already making it big.
Yeah. Goes to show what a Bionicle revival can do.
Yep. So perhaps I'm pretty positive about the numbers where they could be going. Could probably be seeing like maybe 20,000 at least
That'd be
by
interesting.
the time I get back.
That'd be insane, actually.
Maybe. What is that?
That'd be insane. Huh.
I mean, what did you say? Cut out for
I
me.
was just saying that would be insane. That's all I was saying.
I wouldn't rule it out. because the subscribers are going up pretty high, and that's 2 years.
Very, very true. Well, okay, I think people are gonna start dropping like flies. Vin's gonna be leaving, so Vin, since we're kind of wrapping up anyway, more or less, although we'll probably still talk for a few more minutes. What would you like to say on air to Mange?
Well, Envy, you've been
You're a little faint.
quite the cool cat.
What?
Okay. Envy, you have been quite the cool cat here in pandemic. Man, like, you keep such a mellow attitude when you're not angry at all times.
When
that
I'm not angry.
It's like so consistently. It's so cool. But no, I enjoy, like, what is the phrase? Shooting the whatever with you, talking about music, what kind of dumb music we were into back then.
Yeah, yeah, that was this is pretty interesting that we tried to talk about Linkin Park. Then by the time I actually met you, I was like, no, Linkin Park is dumb and all this other stuff. Like I hated Linkin Park and I hated anime and all this stuff. I was just like, I was so hateful against people just because I thought it was funny to like bag on people that like Linkin Park and bag on people that like anime. Well, that's still fun to do, but I don't.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I used to despise it entirely because the people at my school that liked anime were so weird. And it still holds up. They're still weird, but
Yeah, anime fans are really weird. But yeah, just the kinds of conversations we have been like very in depth, and you know,
Yeah.
I always appreciate that we could talk in that sort of way.
And there's like those times where you'll sing some like obscure song, or not really obscure, but like some old song, and I'll always know what it is.
Yeah.
Or like Keeney will play some song and I'll know what it is, but you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of funny to do.
It's nice to be musically knowledgeable and such. Daft Punk, man. Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, the synthesizer.
The synthesizer. But what else, man? Oh yeah, running BZPC with you, that was fun.
Those were some controversial times. Keeney and I orchestrating the whole thing that made you mad, that shut down the BZPC to start with, and then I rose to power, and then you were like, you came on and you weren't trolling, but you weren't exactly the happiest with how BZPC was going, and then you started up your own chat to compete with mine, and then we finally merged it after that.
Yeah.
It's been some controversial times, but you know, we haven't really been
We merged. And
rivals
we
or
were
anything.
Yeah, and we were quite the odd couple when it came to being co-owners of that chat, because some things you would be like so opposed to and very strict with, and then I'd be
I would
very
bring
loose
down the
about
hammer, and you'd just be like, "Oh, whatever," and then you'd break the rules yourself.
it. Yeah. And then here we are, just like busting jokes on LJ almost every day. I mean, hey,
Gosh dang, such good times.
shut up.
Well, you know, it's been years since that happened, anyways. It doesn't really matter.
You tried so hard. Oh, anyway.
No copyrighted music. Okay. You stop. Stop.
In the end.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Well, I need to leave like now-ish.
Okay.
So, Envy, of course, I wish you the best for the next 2 years, and I hope that you have safe travels, and that you're, whatever the heck it is that you're going to be doing, being a missionary, doing whatever it is that you're going to be doing, I hope that all goes well, and that we actually talk again after you're done.
Well, you could always email me, man.
I could?
Write letters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, Meso and LJ have my email.
oh shoot. All right. I'll do that.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be impossible to contact, man.
Oh, okay. In that case, screw you. But anyway,
Say the bad stuff though.
Bye.
in case I don't get to talk to you again after tonight, goodbye. Well, no,
See ya,
not
then.
goodbye. See you later.
Alligator.
Indeed.
See you, man.
And to the rest of you.
Hang on, wait, we gotta pull a Keeney. If you say that when we actually say goodbye, I'm gonna burst out the cry.
Yep. Wow.
By the way, I'm posting the call.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, let's just close out then.
I wasn't done.
Oh, Meso, come on, man. No, part
That's
2.
why-
Part
That's why I was saying that I have to go.
Can you like leave call up for a minute so we can properly end?
Fine.
Okay. It won't take long. Promise.
Okay.
But goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. We're down to 2. LJ. We should probably wrap it up and say our
Yeah.
goodbyes. Go first. I can't do it.
Yep. Okay. Envy. It's been a wild ride. Between the 2 Asians that we have had here at Pandemic Panda and TTV, you've been my favorite. The other guy is really short. He's a jerk. Anyway, that's not to say you haven't been a jerk
Hello?
too, Envy. But
Oh, gosh.
Shut up!
dang it. Okay.
Nice,
You know what I mean? You
Kahi.
interrupted my
Nice,
goodbye
nice
speech.
entrance, Kahi. I like it. And goodbye to Kahi as well.
So anyway, however, Envy, we've had a
Nice.
lot of really great times. It's been a lot of fun over these, 5 years or so?
Yes.
I mean, think about all we've done. We did the NWI stuff. We had our comic series. We did TTV THM on ice. We went ice skating. We learned how to toss grenades at people, which never got released or finished, and I always wanted to do an HD remastered version, but we never got around to that. Now we've run out of time until 2 years later, in which case we're going to have some time. We blew people up with creepers. We policed our way into enemy territory to figure out what was going on. Remember when we went over because it was on Rainbow and Just Too Good and not Just Too Good. Whoops, that's a YouTuber. Hertz and someone else.
Wow.
They were having issues. And you and I, we barged on in, like, yeah, everything's under control. Got that? Everything's under control with the armor.
Wow.
We had that massive fight. You know, you, me, Var, Meso versus like 3 other factions. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, when we all teleported into
lot
that
of
one
really-
spot and just brawled with them, that was. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we came out on top. And all the times we messed with people. That one time where we interviewed our Bulgarian acquaintance.
Oh yeah, I still have
That
that.
was something.
I still got that audio
Yes,
file. It was
so
in
do
the
I.
Dropbox.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah, Vesa, did you know about that?
Overall.
No. You'll have to fill me in
We,
later.
we interviewed VTP.
Yeah. I figured.
But yeah, we've had a lot of good times. Shared a lot of really funny stories. I don't even remember all of them. But you know, obviously rough patches. You know, my hiatus from hosting calls. As a
That's where I stepped in. But then I stopped doing it myself too.
But it's been a lot of fun, and hopefully things work out for you and you don't get killed in wherever
get
you're
shot.
going to be going. Yeah, you don't get shot. Hey, there's your bone snap impression. It's back.
The
So-
gram.
That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later via email, but see you later, Envy.
Yep.
CLJ.
And then And then there's the Meso. The Adventures of Meso and Mange. A tale of the ages. All the crazy shenanigans that have transpired. All the in-jokes beaten to death and cast away to rot like its rotor. It's been quite the crazy turn of events. Lots of fun has been had. We've done a pretty good job of recapping everything, but it is time. Well, wait, no, like the Bionicle quote. It is said that endings are merely beginnings, waiting to be born, etc., etc., and all that stuff.
Nice quote. I
Yeah,
like
nice originality, huh? Plagiarizing Michael Dorn. I have nothing else better to say. Goodbye, Mange. You are actually my longest running friend out of this entire group. I have known you the longest. There have been many memories. There have been many laughs. You will be sorely missed, and I hope that everything goes well for you. And I hope that we're still around for you to return to in 2 years if you so desire.
I'll bring back TTV if you let it die.
That's not happening. We've had long-running debates about the future of this channel, and worst case scenario, if everybody drops off, I'm one-man armying it. TTV with Mesa. I'll carry this. I'll hold down the fort. So, thank you very much for all you have done for this group, and all of the laughs and good times that we have shared, and we will talk to you in 2 years. Before we
You know
end,
what I have to say to that, Meso?
what?
Siamaso.
Yes, all the goodbyes. And now, speaking of goodbyes, Kahi, we're about to end, but would you like to say a few words to Mange? This is for like recording, not our actual final goodbyes, but we're doing it anyway.
This is a public goodbye?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Indy, I don't know. I'll be honest. I've never called you Mange. Probably will never call you Mange.
That's just fine.
The end.
I've never called you mange.
Really?
That's it. Okay, that's
Oh,
it.
it's fine.
That's fine by me. Okay, that's a goodbye. I don't know.
Very, very deep.
Kahi dropped. Wow. That's I guess that's
famous last words.
okay. I think he's back.
Oh, I'm back. Hey, everybody.
What happened?
My Skype aired out, and it gave me a DLL error, and then it started working again, so whatever.
Okay.
Thanks, Skype. Where did I leave off?
That you just left off at Mange. I've never called you Mange. Probably will never call you Mange. And he said
Right, I said, alright. But, there is one thing to say about you, Envy. Is that you are Asian. Which means that you are half of one of us. And that makes you better than everybody else on this podcast, aside from me.
Wow.
Wow. Because you totally had an
No,
Asian
but really,
upbringing of sorts, right?
it's been great having, like, out of everybody here, you have the best comebacks, I think I'd say. Most sort of, like, if you look at the ratio throughout the podcast, Envy has the best comebacks out of, like, anybody.
For it's kind of
I am
Kai's
with that. I'm also
terrible.
just like just
what do you-
Yeah.
what Kai's trying to say is Mange has the best comebacks out of anybody on the podcast in terms of witty remarks. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, it's out because I'm doing stuff at the floor. Bye. I was like, what's taking my internet so crappy? Because I'm, yeah. Yeah, no, it's been fun. I think.
Okay, it doesn't look like we're
Am I still here?
Kai tonight. Yeah, you're
Yes,
still here.
yes, you're still here.
Okay. All right. No, I'm not here anymore, am I?
Kai, you just say something
No,
wrong.
you are.
This is a botchery.
Okay. This is botched. Hey, so Envy's been here as long as I can remember. He was friends with guys long before I joined, so I kind of joined in before he. But like I'm before him on the countdown, but technically he was part of this whole group before I was. And this entire time I've been a great person. So I'm cutting out, and that's all I have to say. We are gonna. It's gonna be. I'm gonna do some stuff for your character on air, and you're not gonna protest it because you get the internet.
Yep, I'm not gonna even see it
Yeah.
until I get back.
No,
Get back
man.
and be like, wow, you destroyed my character. How could you?
You're gonna like lose your voice
You-
in a tragic accident or something.
you'll be a mime on the street, like doing performances.
Okay, Kai.
Yep.
There we go.
Right, Siakahi.
2 years is a long time, man.
Yep.
Jeez. What are we gonna be doing in the years? I don't even know. I'm gonna be graduating college. I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, that's gonna be something interesting back to.
It is indeed.
So good luck. Good luck. Where are you going?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay, if you ever meet him, punch him in the face to me after telling him about this.
Wow.
Well, I don't think I'm close enough to him. Like, I'm probably like 15 minutes away from Phoenix, but it's still not close enough where Ian's gonna care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for saying your goodbyes, Kai. We are now going to end. So, thank you very much for listening to this, everybody. Thank you very much, Mange or Envy, for being part of this group for so long and for doing so much. Hopefully, we are still around for you to come back to. I hope everything goes well for your mission. And I don't know, this may be the last video you're in, it may not be, depending on when the last analysis comes out, but wish him well in the comments, everybody. It will be much appreciated by all of us. And we will
It would mean so much to me,
it would mean
as
so
one
much.
man once put it.
And we will forward your messages to him possibly in email. That'd be cool. But no. Thank you all very much for watching. Venom, Kahi, and Keeney have fallen by the wayside, but I'm Messinak.
I'm gonna let him go first.
Oh, okay. I was Tenebrae Invictus.
And I'm dead last. Bye, Envy.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody, and goodbye, Mange.